Welcome to Left Foot Finish. I'm Mike. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Instagram, and wherever you get your podcasts. Spread the love of football.
Oh, you beauty! Decision. I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again.
The Premier League title race tightens up. Bayern looks set to continue the Harry Kane curse. 2 points is all that separates first from third in the Premier League standings as the top three clubs, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal, take wins over the weekend. It was an important bounce-back game for City after drawing to 11th place Chelsea, which really made it seem like they were going to be on the outside looking in, but somehow City always manages to find a way to climb to the top ranks.
It might just happen.
At this point, it seems anybody's for the taking, but City is yet to go on their annual double-digit unbeaten in the league run to vault them well ahead of their competition. My pick is for City to win again, breaking the hopes of a fairy tale send-off for Klopp and the Liverpool fans. City just seems to have the experience and depth to carry them through, whereas Liverpool sometimes still seems to be figuring themselves out. As for Arsenal, poor showing again in the Champions League, while not always indicative of league play, I think demonstrates that they've still got some issues to resolve and experience to gain. I'm loving the push from the Gunners, and for them to win the league on the 20th anniversary of the Invincibles, not to mention it being their first championship since that year, it would be special, but Arteta's crew is still figuring things out and maybe lacking the late season experience needed to push through for a championship. Declan Rice's calming presence in midfield has been a value add much needed by the North London club, but it might not be enough to get them over the hurdle this season, even combined with the phenomenal play and leadership of ex-Madrid starlet and current captain Martin Odegaard. Apart from Saka and moments of brilliance from Martinelli, I think for Arsenal to really come through, they will need more consistency in front of goal and a refined killer's instinct from their attackers. Unless Saka wants to take this on alone, which I just don't see yet from the youngster, late season heroics might crop up as an issue for the Gunners. Let's just say it would be a surprise if they were to go on a run and take the league, but I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if it were to happen.
I'm not completely sure about this.
Liverpool is looking good with a single loss in their last 5, that red card game against Arsenal, really. They haven't looked like classic Liverpool under Klopp this year, with strange showings and faltering at unusual moments. And they are working with a more youthful team than the one that brought them their first Premier League title. Both Arsenal and City are unbeaten in the last 5, although City has a draw against Chelsea sandwiched in there. Looking ahead, Liverpool do have Forest, City, Everton, Brighton, and Sheffield. The deciding game for them sure has got to be the one against City, as long as Liverpool can give a good showing against Everton and Brighton, as they easily should take Forest and Sheffield. Anything can happen in a derby match, and Brighton has shown that they don't go down easy this season, so it'll be interesting to see. Arsenal's schedule is looking a bit tougher with Sheffield, Brentford, Chelsea, City, and Luton. Although most are either bottom or middle of the table, they will have to contend with Champions League football sandwiched in between there, and they're already down 1-0 to Porto after a poor performance in Portugal. As long as there are no surprises during this stretch, as again, I wouldn't be surprised if the likes of Brentford, Chelsea, or even Luton decide to make things interesting, Arsenal should still stand a shot at the title. But that game against City away from home will be pivotal and tough, as the citizens should have plenty of rest following matches against Liverpool and Brighton themselves. If City is to lose either of the games against Liverpool or Arsenal, then there will be a different name on the championship trophy this year, at least I think so. But championship DNA is not something that easily takes a pass. And a quick word on the ever-irrelevant Manchester United.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
I still don't understand this team. They go into Villa Park and earn themselves a 2-1 victory that gave some hope that the season could turn around, but then dropped 2 absolute stinkers to Luton, Fulham, and they're right back where they started. Further back even. It seems like it's the classic 1 step forward and 2 steps back for the Red Devils. Look, this season is a write-off. It will take at least 2 years for Jim Ratcliffe's vision to turn things around on the red side of Manchester, but I think the fans will be wanting something quicker than that, which, can be dangerous if the club does try to appease this. It's been a mess for a decade now, and correcting this the right way will take time. But it's a precarious predicament because Fernandes, Rashford, Varane, Casemiro, all these kinds of players that they have currently on their roster will be 2 years older at that time. Sure, there's a smattering of young talent that is coming along nicely, but they're still a ways away. Case in point, if you watch the Fulham game, if Garnacho simply runs to the far post at the end of the game when McTominay has the ball in the box, it's game to United. Instead, he sits on the far side level with Rashford, making no depth in the attacking area, and is thereby stagnant on his feet, looking for the cut across from McTominay that would have reached Rashford first. It's a small thing and not really noticeable, but that's something that comes with experience, and it's the experience that makes the little differences that win you games and ultimately championships. Now, in 2 years' time, do you continue on with the current crop of vets, or do you bring in younger players, at which point you could be stuck in the same situation? It's a delicate balance, and I hope it works out, but for the sake of everyone's sanity, can they please sort out their goaltending? I still don't understand how they gave up on De Gea for the likes of Onana. Again, in just one sample out of many, against Fulham, it could have been a draw if he just positions himself better, at the very least makes an effort to get across. I don't know what style of play to classify Onana's goaltending, but pylon seems unfair to pylons, as they at least can attract the attention of somebody shooting the ball and get in the way of a shot every once in a while. Great goalkeeping can pull you out of the fire, and unfortunately they don't have it, and they will need it. And this is just getting even more ridiculous. In Germany, Leverkusen are up 9 points on Bayern after 23 matches played. Sorry, Kane, looks like it's you, mate. And I'll never understand why they brought in Eric Dyer as somebody to fill in their center back's position in Munich there. I mean, he's a competent defender, but he is by no means Bayern Munich standards. So I'm hoping that Xabi Alonso can see this one through. They do seem to have a big enough cushion, but as before, there's something to be said about championship DNA, although 9 points does seem like a lot to make up. And in the Champions League, the round of 16 gave us some excitement, as well as some very long stretches of boredom, followed by 15 seconds of pure jubilation. We were right not to place that parlay, as once again, Arsenal would have blown it for us. They head into the final leg down 1-0 to Porto, but they will be playing they're playing at home and can easily pot home 3 or 4 in front of the faithful. PSG is doing PSG things, trouncing lesser teams, only to disappoint us in the semis or a final, even if they make it to that. Inter keeps a strong form against Atletico, and all eyes will be on the return leg of Barcelona-Napoli, as they have it tied 1-1. It'll be interesting to see Xavi and Barcelona's approaches. He's out at the end of the season, and they didn't look their best against the Italian champions, who they themselves have actually been having a turbulent season. All in all, poor showing from Barcelona and Xavi's group there. I think whoever out of Lewandowski or Victor Osimhen there decides to have the better game will be the determining factor in who's moving forward in that leg. Either way, the next leg should be interesting, should be fun. Again, as I said before, the getting rid of the away goals rule is, I think, worked out to the benefit of the fans and the excitement of the game. Say what you will for, ruining tactics, but at least there's a little bit more excitement now, even in these first matches. We'll be sure to have picks and bets on them in future episodes. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, you beauty! Decision.